Well, hello everyone. I play these hymns to you this evening with having to hold back emotion. Two, two hymns there, which I have played in this room many, many times. Whether it's on the old Viscount organ or the new organ sitting right here. Those two hymns for me, I think, sum up the journey that we've been on over the past 6 years. And it's over 6 years. Can you believe it? So, oh, praise ye the Lord. Praise him in the height. Loud organs and his glory forth in deep tone. Going into holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, to the wonderful tune Nicaea, which of course you all know because we've had that a lot here on BIS. I already feel emotional, so help me through it, guys. Okay, so good evening. Let's start with that. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to, for the final time, the BIS dining room. Welcome to Virtual Church. Now, the good news is that this is not the final virtual church. That's far from it. This is not a final farewell. This is the end of an era. But this is the beginning of a new chapter. You might say, what was it that Winston Churchill said? This is not the end. This is not the beginning of the end. But it is perhaps the end of the beginning. I think that's where we are now. We are at the end of the beginning, and we are now going into our next chapter. We are up and running. So I'll tell you more about what's going on as we go through tonight's virtual church. So the first two hymns I've played to you are the only things that I've had prepared. Okay, everything else now is over to you. I've got several recordings of people who've recorded their favourite moments of virtual church or BIS over the past 6 years, and I haven't actually listened to them. I've intentionally not listened to them because I wanted to listen to them for the first time at the same time as you. So guys, if you've sent me a recording, I hope they're clean. So you want me to play anything? Let me know. If you want me to read out one of your favourite memories, put it in the chat and we'll get it read. Look, you can even see behind me, there's no seat. There's just a table with my rear speaker on it, which gives me the acoustic. This room is empty. There's actually a bit of acoustic in here now. There's my tech over there, my streaming PC, and all of the gadgets over there. But this room and the kitchen is all going to be renovated over the coming 3-4 weeks. Right, guys. Okay, says Philip. That's enough of that. Indeed. Enough waffle, more playing. Thank you very much. Who's this? Gosh. Golly, gosh, gosh. Thank you very much. Let me just give a quick shout out to all the generous folk. Let's go to the top. So Matt Leach, got your request. Thank you very much. Doug, always good to have you, Doug. You've been a supporter for a very long time. So, and thank you for all of your recordings over the previous years. It's always great to see and hear you play those wonderful Canadian organs. Mr. Widdicombe, great to have you, and thank you for everything you've done, my friend. Thank you for your request. Eileen, thank you. Oh, you've requested one of my favourites. Daniel, yeah, you've been around for a very long time. You're a superstar. James, 4 producers' choices. All my producers are amazing. James, Josh, and Michelle tend to do it. Doug, I miss located you. I do apologise. You're obviously a bit further south than that. I don't know, why did I think you're in Canada? Who's this? Baddie Woodford? Come Labour On. Yes, favourite. Peter, you're a superstar. Yes, and we have. We've reached the target. And actually, the target closes in 1 hour and 7 minutes. So that is 9:30 UK time. So that's amazing. It does mean that we can go into this project with a little bit sort of easier, with less stress. And I now need to go and sort of get some furniture and save up some furniture and my cameras, which I haven't got. And anyway, so let's go into our first request then. Number 1, Doug Alderdice, who has requested "Open Now Thy Gates of Beauty" in the ELW, which is not on my desk. It's not on my bench. It's over in the cupboard. So tonight is going to be a little bit informal, as usual. Or should I say, usually we are totally formal and everything's slick and organised. But I thought tonight, we'll just have a little bit more of relax, a bit of waffle. It's the last one here after all. You'll never see my barbecue again in virtual church. Totally professional, having a barbecue in the background. Where else do you see that? Who else plays the organ with a barbecue in the background? We should get it lit. We should have lit it tonight. We could have all had a sausage, or if there was people in Australia, they call them snags, which always cracks me up. Snag. 533. Open now thy gate of beauty. Let's have a listen to this. Open now thy gate of beauty of Zion. Let me enter there, where my soul in joyful duty waits for God who answers prayer. All right, let's have a go. go and get her in then. Hang on. Come on then. You got some people wanting to see you. Actually, I might leave that window open. But no, tonight's going to get very rowdy. I'll close it just in case we annoy the neighbours on the very last time from here. Let's not do that. You can come and say hello, Bob, if you want. Open now thy gates of beauty. Thank you very much, Doug. If you make some requests, I'd be very happy for you to give a reason why you're requesting it. In fact, if you give me a request and it's a sentimental, purposeful reason for BIS, you know, it triggers a certain memory of BIS, then all the better, really. Who's this then? Way! Hello! This is the last time I'm going to play the organ in here, ever. Isn't it? You know about this because the house is chaos, isn't it? The kitchen is chaos, empty in the kitchen today. I would never advise you to empty your kitchen. It's like one of the most tedious tasks I've ever had to do. You never realise how much stuff is in the kitchen because it's all behind closed doors. If thou but suffer God to guide thee. It's still in ELW. That's handy, isn't it? 769er. 769er. Any pilots or ATCs in? 769er. 76. Oh, this one. We like this one. Let's use a beautiful choir clarinet. Yes, we are. I thought we would use Tewkesbury Abbey for the final time in here. Thank you very much, Larry. Yes, we are in Tewkesbury Abbey. It's one of my, well, I think it is my favourite organ alongside Redcliffe. They're just so different, and I haven't played Redcliffe for a while now, just due to time and other commitments. But I will fire it up as soon as we get into the music room over there. I don't know what organ to use first in there. What is going to be the first organ? Probably will be Tewkesbury, to be honest, because it's all set up. And it just does sound fabulous in a 8-channel setup. 8 channels, that is. Got 12 speakers. I can hear the bells. I don't really hear the bells. It's 8:30. I just looked back through the requests, and I just saw that Doug requested "Open now thy gates of beauty" in honor of heading to the new music room. I think that was totally appropriate, Doug. Sorry I missed that on first glance. But that we just had there from Richard Widdicombe, "If thou but suffer God to guide you." Wenn du den lieben Gott. Thank you very much, Richard, for requesting that and for everything else. Now we're going to go into one of the BIS favourites now, and then I think I might have a recording after this. But this one is one of the, I guess one of the great modern tunes. This is "How Shall I Sing That Majesty, which angels do admire." Let's quickly find the descant, because the descant is epic. Written by the composer himself. "How shall I sing that majesty?" Is it that one? Duh. Yeah. By the way, if anyone would still like to contribute towards the music room, you absolutely can. My target has been raised, which I'm absolutely amazed by, but we still have a lot of things to pay for. A sofa for my audience for a start, and a whole bunch of new, very expensive cameras, which will allow us to have a much more interactive broadcast, I suppose. So if I put that there, but there's no pressure at all, because we've raised it, and anything else that I need to get in terms of for the music room, I think we can just save up a few weeks and we'll be absolutely fine. Anyway, "How shall I sing that majesty that angels do admire?" We had that at Charlotte's christening in Romsey with the descant. And we actually, as it happened, had a visiting choir that day. So we had the Abbey choir and a visiting choir. And the sound was really, really epic. I got all of the sopranos, and there's a lot of them, along with the choruses as well, to sing that descant. And they really did sing that descant. It was jolly good. I think a lot of you watched it online as well. So if you watched it, big thumbs up to you. Right, Josh Wilson has actually requested Christ is Made the Sure Foundation. Now, Josh has sent in a favourite moment. It's been very good. I did put a shout out last week, and Josh was one of the people who came forward. So thank you very much. Christ, let me just get it up. Christ is Made the Sure Foundation. And whilst I'm getting this ready, I'm going to hand over to Josh, who I hope has been clean in his memory. This is a top memory from Josh, so thank you very much. Josh.
Hello, BIS friends. Today truly feels like the end of an era. The organ is leaving its longtime home in the dining room and beginning its journey to the new BIS Music Room. As I look back and try to choose one favorite memory, I realize that I can't. There are simply too many memories that have made this space feel special. From the very first VC to watching it grow to what it is today, from the joyous announcements of Richard and Caroline expanding their family, to the unforgettable BIS virtual choir, to the excitement of watching Richard go live and the channel crossing the 100,000 mark, each moment has been part of a shared story we've all been lucky to witness. And of course, the cats have added their own brand of entertainment, climbing across the keyboards, perching on the top of the organ, or going inside of it, or insisting on being held while Richard plays the hymn. They've been as much a part of this era as the music itself. As this chapter closes, it's been meaningful to reflect on all the celebrations, milestones, and everyday joys that happened in this room. But it also makes me think of what's ahead, and the future feels just as exciting. Here's to the memories we've made, and to the new ones waiting for us in the BIS Music Room.
And if you want to hear that played on an actual pipe organ, head over to the Bristol Cathedral video that I did recently, and I play it on there. Ah, thank you very much, Josh. Yes, I'd of course forgotten. Yes, of course, the expanding family was very much part of the BIS journey. We actually, in fact, I'll go and get you something. I can talk whilst I head over to my office, which is the other side of the house. But don't worry, we don't live in a mansion, so it doesn't take a long time to walk over to my office. I just need to step over, step over all these cups and glasses, which have come out of the kitchen. I'm now in my office, and I'm now looking for something that I was going to show you. The black folder, here it is. I'm going to just show you something that we used to have to use in the early days, before we got a little bit high tech and got everything on the iPad and online. This is the very early days of virtual church, possibly even before it was called virtual church. It was just simply called live requests. And what used to happen was we didn't have a program as such. We didn't have a schedule. We used to go into virtual church. I used to largely play the first hymn, something that I would choose, and then immediately we'd have hymns, hundreds of hymns requested. Not quite hundreds of hymns, but we would have, I think, like over 40 hymns in the early days per virtual church. And Caroline used to, she used to be monitoring the chat. So Caroline was my producer, and she used to have to go and print off the music and put it on the music desk here, and I would just play it. And back in the early days, I thought, I wanted to have everything proper. I wanted to run it like a proper DJ presenter on the radio, where you only heard the presenter talking and the producer would essentially be silent and you wouldn't hear them. So we used to have an iPad on the it was somewhere. I think it was out of shot, so it would have been behind the camera. Okay, and I used to have it on the iMessage screen. So the iMessages were open, and Caroline, sat behind me, would be on her phone, and she would be texting me the hymn to play next and who was requested by. So basically exactly what my producers are doing now. They've got a WhatsApp group open so I can see, everything gets running in order. But it's just developed over time. So she used to tell me to play something, and she used to pop it on the desk, and then it would pop up on the screen over there to what it is, who's requested by. So, for example, the first thing in here, this is like a memory that I have. This is where love and loving kindness dwell, there God will ever be. Okay, and it's a beautiful tune. But it says here, and this is for the vanguard amongst you, harmony slightly adjusted in places by Trevor Orme. There we go. So that, well, I don't know why that reminded me to go and get this, but there's an SATV version there of Hail Holy Queen Enthroned Above. No idea who it was requested by. But we were clearing out just yesterday, and this, I was clearing out stuff, and this was on the pile of things to be cleared out, and I thought, do you know what? I can't throw this out, because even though I now have all of these hymns basically on the iPad, I just thought, no, this is where virtual church came from. There's a lot of stuff in here that I haven't seen for years. Like, what is that? It's like my own handwritten stuff. Oh, that's my arrangement of Hans Zimmer, Time, from the film Inception. So yeah, there we go. Very happy times indeed. And Trevor Orme was a big character back in the early days, wasn't he? Thumbs up if you remember Trevor. Okay, so I've actually been requested to play a piece by Norman Cocker had been requested by Good Chappie, sponsored by James. Oh, you like to request all the easy ones, don't you? Thanks for that. Put your red pen away, all right? Put your red pen away and just enjoy it for what it will be. This is the tuba tune by Norman Cocker. We have a good tuba here. This is Norman Cocker, I think, in places possibly arranged McVeigh, if that's all right. Go easy on me. There you go. If you want to hear a really, really good performance of that, head over to my Lincoln Cathedral organ recital that I recorded. Jeffrey Makinson was the organist, and he plays that extremely well. And of course, the organ was just perfect for it. So there you go. Good chappy. Hope that was largely okay. There's one section of that which is just so annoying. That bit. Oh well. I wish I played it like that in the first rendition. It's a great piece though, isn't it? I love the Tewkesbury Abbey set. Best principal chorus I think I've ever heard, and a magnificent tuba. That's very kind. I'll take that as a compliment from me, because obviously it's a BIS sample set. And I mean, I take no credit really, because the organ does all the work. It's just such a versatile instrument with the principal chorus, which basically, for the non-geeks, it's this sound. In fact, this is the principal chorus, basically. That's all it is. Just the mixtures. Beautiful, beautiful organ. I love it. I love it. Come Labour On has been requested by, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Beatty Woodford. It could be Baddy. No, it'd be Beatty, wouldn't it? Baddy would be 2 Ds. This is one of my faves, absolutely one of my faves, by Thomas Tertius Noble, who was the organist at York Minster for a long time, and then went over to America to become the organist and director of music at St. Thomas Fifth Avenue, where of course we have a BIS connection. Jeremiah Stevenson is now the associate organist of St. Thomas Fifth Avenue, having played this organ just recently to announce his departure. So come Labour on, who dares stand idle on the harvest plain? These words are fantastic. So if you're able to, in your hymn book or online, Google them and follow them. 4 verses, they're just wonderful. This is all about sort of working and being, having the discipline to go out to work. Because if you stand around being idle, you'll miss out. You know, who dares stand idle on the harvest plain, while all around him waves the golden grain. You know, all the crops are there, but he's just been, someone else will do it. Come on, lad, get some work done. Love that one. Oh. Bill's up next. Another good one coming your way. Guide me, O thou great Redeemer. These are all the greats tonight. Oh, we have company. Hello. 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 I'm just going to play Camarantha, then we can have a chat. Make sure you get your microphone on, because Caroline's got a favourite moment coming your way as well.
Yes, I'll try not to have it on this week while making telephone calls about childcare arrangements.
Indeed. I will ever give to thee. I will ever give to thee. One of the absolute greats. Oh, I think I've just been missing out on some donations into the music room. Let me just have a look. Who's been very generous tonight? So, the following people. Sorry for missing this. My phone's on Do Not Disturb, which is not surprising because I'm doing a live broadcast. So, Irene Sharp, thank you very much. Chad, thank you very much as well. David, thank you so much. Scott, thank you so much. And Eleanor, thank you so much. Eleanor, do you want me to play something for you? You know what I'm thinking about, right? Last time in the music room here. Thank you all so much for... I'll leave that open so I can actually see them coming through. I do apologise for missing them. I'll leave that there. Right, let's go on to our next one. These are all good hymns. Oh, look, another good one. Yes, all creatures of our God and King. All creatures. Caroline's just been summoned upstairs by one of our little ones, so she's had to go upstairs. I think she had a bit of an issue with her microphone. I think she's hopefully not managed to lose the magnetic bit, which would be a bit of a nightmare. Why is the screen going jumpy? I hope I'm not jumping around. Am I? Is the stream okay, guys? Hello, Bobby. Do you want to come up onto the organ bench, darling? Come on then. Come up. As long as you stay there. Oh, why have you got a... Oh yeah, fine. You got to look a bit teary there, Bob. So you bit your moosh. You bit your moosh. Thank you very much to Alex, who's just popped something into the music room directly as well. So thank you very much. I think the web page is behind on the screen. So let me just have a quick look to see if I can get a more up-to-date figure. Because we only have, how long do we have left? No, it hasn't updated on there either. We've got 16 minutes left before it closes. So if you want to just pop something in, I'm going to, every person who donated to the BIS Music Room, your name will appear in the music room. Okay, I'm going to put something together. So if you want to be part of that creation, that sort of art exhibition, if you like, you have to go to the website to do it, because that's how I'm going to get everyone's name. So if you haven't already, and you want to be part of that, please do. It's just so humbling and astonishing that we've managed to raise such an incredible amount, isn't it? I mean, I genuinely thought we wouldn't raise that amount, but I wanted to set a high target because I wanted you to get behind it. And you did, and you believed in me. I think that just shows really two things to me, that most importantly, personally, from my perspective, that you actually, I guess, believe in what we're doing here in BIS, right? So you believe in our vision, our shared vision of building something amazing to allow organists from all over the world, young and old, less experienced and really experienced, to come and perform in an amazing setting on an amazing organ. So that is so cool. So thank you for believing in me, number one. And the second thing that I think is truly amazing is that we've done it. I mean, we've done it. We've raised a significant amount of money in a few months. And that's, I can't think of anything that's comparable, really. I mean, there are probably other causes, music rooms or churches that have done similar things, but on YouTube, hello, on YouTube, I haven't seen anything like this before. So thank you. Thank you to Elijah, who has just popped something in. Oh no, Elijah just bought up a score. So Elijah is just perusing the shop. Okay, so where are we going to go next then? Go forth and tell. Email from Michelle. Let me go into my emails then. Let me see if I can find it. Don't see if you lost that thing. Oh, that's really brilliant. Have you found it yet? No. We sort of need that. So. Where's Michelle? There she is. Go forth and tell. Go forth. Music by John Barnard. Go forth and tell, O Church of God, awake. God's saving news to all the nations take. Proclaim Christ Jesus, Saviour, Lord and King, that all the world his worthy praise may sing. Thank you very much, Nick Knack, for sending that one through. It did sound vaguely familiar. It must be a virtual church request, because I've never played that out and about, but it's a great hymn. It reminds me of another hymn. Can't think what it is. There's another hymn which is very similar in terms of its harmonic language. Can anyone think about what it is? Ian, good evening. You have been absent for so long, we've all missed you. In fact, every week we always say, where's Ian? Where's Ian? He's obviously on the golf course again. Good to have you, my friend. Welcome to the final appearance of the BIS dining room. Big shout out to Elizabeth. Thank you very much for popping something into the tip jar. To Theodore, or Ted, thank you very much for that. That's very generous. Very generous. Stephen, thank you very much. Nick, thank you very much. All very generous donations indeed. I wish this screen would update before it closes in 9 minutes.
And there's a user called Jojo255. It's Redcliffe is his only used sample set now.
Really? Now that is high praise indeed. To be fair, if he has Tewkesbury and St Anne's Moseley, that might not be saying much. However,
Tewkesbury? No, Redcliffe.
Oh, Redcliffe.
Redcliffe is his only used sample set.
I can't wait to get Redcliffe set up in the other room. Big room with lots of space and speakers spread out. It's going to be good. Going to be really good. And people are going to be invited. Right, let's go on. Glorious things of thee are spoken to the tune Abbots Lee. I actually like this hymn to the other tune, Austria. Glorious things.
Oh, come on, Abbots Lee's a classic.
I know, absolutely.
Let's play Abbots Lee.
Let's see if
C classic. You'll have to do one of your mishmash.
we need to do a mishmash. We need to do a reharm. We haven't had many Rawthorne reharms tonight. Let's have a listen to see what he's done then. Who, just remind me one more time to Larry. $50. Thank you very much, Larry. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Oh, this is fun, isn't it? We've got a good audience tonight, so let's have a +1 and your location, shall we? I haven't got a keyboard. I can't do it. So +1 like that, and then your location in the normal way. Let's see where you all are as I am playing Glorious Things of Thee Are Spoken. Yes, that was a bit of raw song at the end there. Some very naughty harmonies. I love a bit of reharmonization. Thank you very much to Talfin and to Jeffrey, who's just put some tips into the tip jar. And we have, oh gosh, only 3 minutes remaining. What are we going to play? Or I wish the screen would update. What should we play? I think I know what I want to play. Has anyone requested this yet? Oh my goodness, maybe there's lots. No one's requested this. However, this is one of my favourite uplifting hymns, and actually it has a throwback to the time we crossed over 100,000 subscribers. So when we crossed over 100,000 subscribers, I was live. I set up a live stream so we'd get the moment, and I was playing the Carg Alert, Nun Danket Alle Gott. Now I'm not going to play the Carg Alert because we had that a couple of weeks ago, or might have even been last week, but I am actually going to play the hymn, Nun Danket Alle Gott. Now thank we all our God, as the crowdfunding closes in 1 minute and 46 seconds. Let's all celebrate this momentous, I think, achievement that we've all managed together as we sing or listen to Now Thank We All Our God, Nun Danket Alle Gott.
Yeah. Okay, cool. When are you going to do it?
there. We are there. £51,150 I make it on my screen. And it says, rather, I don't know, it says, no more time remaining. It doesn't say congratulations, and the bar doesn't turn green. But hey ho, we can celebrate in the chat with lots of cake, lots of hand claps, and lots of glasses of champagne. Speaking of which, where's the champagne?
Do you want
We
some
should
more
have had
champagne?
More?
Well,
When did
we
last
had
have
some after your, however long it was, 29-hour marathon.
I know, we did, didn't we? There is that tea drink in the fridge.
I think that's
It's called tea or something.
It is. It's a Fortnum and Mason special.
Yeah, we could try it. Have a nice drink of tea. I think it's alcoholic tea or something. I don't know. Cool. All right. This is big things are going to happen here at BIS.
We're slightly out of season because it's Fortnum and Mason winter sparkling tea. Can you see that? Oh,
What's a sparkling tea?
Winter. It's not quite winter anymore. We're properly into spring now, aren't we? A celebratory blend, well, that's a good enough excuse, of chai, Darjeeling and silver needle teas. Who knew there was such a thing as a silver needle tea? Spiced, aromatic and complex. Sounds like one of your hymn registrations.
Goodness me.
I have a request.
Shall we?
I have a hymn request.
Do you want?
Do you want me to tell you my my best memory of VC?
Do you have one?
I do. I have two actually.
I can. Yeah.
I have two. Sorry, I've been such an idiot tonight. I've lost the microphone.
I know we're not very careful
magnet,
with your
which
things,
actually
are
Jerry
you?
Martin did when he was round here. So I'm in great company. It's somewhere. I heard
I
it
know it's
clunk to the
somewhere.
floor, but anyway, I'll find it later.
Be more careful.
Anyway, so I'm holding my microphone
Some
like
things
this.
never change.
But I know the unprofessional one always. So the earlier we found this folder, which have you shared this folder?
I have.
With them? So I've got this. This was the
we've
folder.
had the conversation.
Yeah, the folder, and it was all my hymns, mainly American hymns, because in the early days we only had British English hymn books. So it was all the hymns that a bit like "Peace Like a River," "Come Labour On," which are obviously absolutely.
yeah.
And I've got this early list of Patreons here. Because when we started the Patreon scheme, they got priority requests, I think. So I had to keep tabs on who was a Patreon and who wasn't.
I did indeed, yes.
So we found that, and we couldn't bear to recycle it, even though we don't use paper anymore. But my best virtual church, I have two best virtual church memories. Number 2 is when you did VC on your birthday.
Yes.
And we had John Hosking round because it was the same weekend that the Blackburn Cathedral sample set was released.
Oh, no.
And John Hosking did the most brilliant improvisation on Happy Birthday on the Blackburn Cathedral sample set. It's on Richard's channel, so if you haven't listened to it, it's absolutely brilliant. It's quite a funny rendition. It's quite sort of spiky and a bit grumpy. So when Richard's getting frustrated when the tech's not working or whatever, he's having to take his cameras down to go on location and then put them all back up again for VC. He's getting grumpy about doing that. It was very fun. It's very spiky. On the what's it called? Holtz Regal stop.
Yes.
Anyway, we've got John's favourite stop. So you should go and listen to that if you haven't listened to it. But my favourite virtual church memory is quite a long time ago. I think it was probably late 2020. We had a visitor on the bench. So Nala and Bobby are a fairly important part of VC, wouldn't you say? And they will continue to be in the new music room because they'll be able to saunter in from wherever they've been catching mice and
will they now?
Yeah, I'm sure. And we've already had donations. So Kosh has donated for a cat shelf, a cat bed, and a cat cam. So that's definitely going to be in the specification. We will sort something out there, folks. But the first time Nala took a really central role in virtual church, you were playing for All the Saints, weren't you?
Yes.
And it just so happened, because I was watching the numbers listening, it just so happened, I think that was the very first time we'd had 200 viewers at the same time.
Yeah.
And they all turned up to see Nala playing the organ, actually.
Amazingly, look, we're at 360 at the minute.
But it was, in those days, having 200 was a record, and if they were tuning in for the first time, they might have stayed, not because of you, Richard, but because of your furry friend.
Well, we've had Bobby already. So I thought, I think, I don't know whether this is going to work. Tech might let me down.
Oh, so you can be a grumpy happy birthday.
Those people who haven't seen this is the sort of stuff that I used to have to do. So I can't even remember whether it was the old organ or this organ, so it'll be a surprise.
It was the old organ. I'm
Right.
fairly certain of that.
There we go. So if those newcomers, so I think people who've joined within the last, then in which case,
I think it was
4
when you
years
had
or
the
so?
old scrolling message going
let's-
across.
Let's have a look. It
was really
I should
retro.
be able to get it playing. Okay, so this may work, this may not work. Let's see what happens. If I click this button, the microphone will go off, but I'll
And we'll be
press some buttons.
transported back 6 years.
Maybe if it works. So there's no sound. So that's a good start, isn't it?
Grumpy happy birthday.
Let me just see if I can. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that sound.
He's cross.
Let me see if I can get a bit of sound on that, because I don't know why there's no sound. That is so annoying. Oh.
Oh no.
Well,
glitch.
we might a glitch. I know a glitch.
Oh,
Audio
no.
output capture. Let's just do, I don't know, sound effects, and then properties. I don't know whether how to do this, to be honest with you. This might not work, you know.
That's devastating.
Let's just see it. Let's try once more time. You can see what I'm trying to play there, right? Well, I don't know why there's no sound. I do apologise. Hang on a sec. Just one more time, and I'll see if I can get it going. No, I think it probably, hopefully was, but I think it was eventually. That was a bit not as slick as we were hoping. Why change the habit of a lifetime? You know, nothing really works at BIS. Yeah, so that was me playing, trying to play For All the Saints with Nala, who decided just to fall asleep on my lap. She doesn't do that anymore, actually.
That's because she's 6 years older.
That's true.
She's a lot older now. She's
a lot older, but
middle-aged cat.
She is. She's still young. She's still young, isn't she?
I have a home request. Have you played? So I was rooting through my folder, and I saw this that we'd printed out every single page of, and I thought, oh, I haven't heard him play that for ages. Maybe you have played it, but have you played this recently? I think you should play it.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, I'll play it on my.
All right.
This is your request, is it? Do you want to set it up?
I'm not setting anything up. No.
Set it up. I mean, announce it.
Oh, announce it. So that's
a phrase, isn't it? It's terminology.
not set up the stops. So this is the old 100th by Ray Vaughan Williams. Arranged for choir, congregation, orchestra and organ.
Well done. All right.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Is that all right?
We have to welcome Silly Saxon to our community, who lives down the road from Romsey, and she or he sings in Eastleigh Parish Church Choir, I think.
Hello,
New
Silly
to-
Saxon.
Silly Saxon.
Welcome. Welcome to the chaos.
Thank you very much for playing that.
You're very, very welcome.
I'm now going to make you jump. You packed away the wine glasses, so we have to use tumblers.
So while you pour that, I'm going to play this hymn for Kathleen Lewis, who's requested The Day Thou Gavest in honour of our congregation from around the world. One of my... Please don't make me jump again. Oh, no! Here we go. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Great. One of the greatest hymns. I love the final verse. So be it, Lord, that thy throne shall never, just like earth's proud empires, it shall never pass away. Thy kingdom stands, and it grows forever, until all thy creatures own thy sway.
And those of you who've been around for a long time will remember that our dear friend, now deceased, Trevor Orme, used to love that hymn, although he preferred it in A flat major, just for the record. So it would be a good time to just reflect on those members of our virtual congregation who we have lost. So I can think of Trevor, Ebibs, Maffet. Can you think of anybody else? Oh, yes. Oh, that lovely lady. What was her name? She was Carmen Foster. Carmen.
Oh, yes.
Carmen. And anybody else who I have obviously not forgotten, but who isn't coming to mind now. We're just remembering them.
Yes, indeed. Yes, we've been around for 6 years, haven't we? Been over 6 years. So inevitably people will come and go. So I will...
So you packed away the wine.
I was expecting.
It's tea, isn't it? You packed away the wine glasses.
Here is to people who've sort of been here and are no longer with us, I guess. So to those people,
And I have one more
Oh,
thing.
it smells like
Smells like tea.
cinnamon. Like what's that thing you have at Christmas?
Yes, it's mulled wine. Well, it is a winter. It is a winter drink. It says we're just drinking it out of season.
Oh, it's nice.
And I would like to present you something. I have something to present you with
Okay.
on this most great occasion.
What could
You
it
can
be?
raise all this money.
Yes. Aha. Now that's a throwback to olden times. Let me play this next hymn, which is "O God, Our Help in Ages Past," which perfect actually for what Caroline has just said. Completely unintentional, but it just works so well. "O God, Our Help in Ages Past, Our Hope for Years to Come," which was requested by Sharon, I think, and sponsored by Lucy, who lives just over the hill in Wiltshire. The oldies amongst you, the vanguard, will know exactly what that is. Cheers, everyone. It's very much like a cold mulled wine, isn't it?
Yeah.
And fizzy as well. Nice. "O God, Our Help in Ages Past." What a wonderful hymn that is. Perfect for remembering those people who were very much part of our community, but unfortunately are no longer with us. Caroline has just presented me with, this is the, that's a bit ripped. Oh my God, there we go. It's the BIS Hymn World Cup winner, which we did, this was from 2023. The winner was voted by yourselves after a very long list. I forget how many we had entered, but your favourite hymn was Love Divine to the tune Blindworn. And this, which was added to that excellent trophy with no expenses spared, was the number I got to when I played the famous... I played it 80 times in 12 hours. Something I don't want to do again. but I'll do anything for a few quid to get the music, to get beauty and sound off the ground and going. I'll do anything for a few quid. Another sort of museum piece we have, of course, are all of the big canvas pictures that we have had around in here. I might be putting those up for grabs actually, because I don't think they'll be going into the music room. I don't think our interior designer will allow them in there. Okay, so let's go on to our next hymn, which is Gwitting Power. From another member of our vanguard, Andantino. Christ triumphant, ever reigning.
Before you play Gwitting Power, I have to tell Christine, hello Christine, don't worry, underneath the organ there is some carpet. There is. So the organ's on a plinth, and when the carpet flooded a few weeks ago, thanks to the builders, they had to cut the soaking wet carpet up, but the organ was too heavy to move. So we had to leave the carpet under the organ, so it's still here. I'm standing on it right now.
It's very dusty in here though, isn't it? Okay, so Gwitting Power, Christ triumphant for Andantino. So this is the last virtual church. Remember that I told you on the social media, but this organ is going to go a few feet that way, which for those of you who've been here know that goes into the living room for a few weeks. And I think at which point the organ will be out of action before it then goes into its new home. So we're going to have a few weeks of There's a slight gap of live content, but I'll put together some compilations and various things for you for every Sunday night between now and then the next live thing we do. All being well, it's quite unbelievable to say it.
Big reveal.
We should be in the music room.
I was in there earlier
incredible.
today. I was flinging open the windows and the doors because the plaster needs to dry. It's fresh setting plaster in there.
Smells very fresh, doesn't it? In there.
The plaster's drying.
Plaster is good.
So there was quite good weather today, so I flung open the windows and doors to get a through draft to get that plaster dry.
I hope you didn't fling them open too
Flung wide the
flungly.
gates. Fling
Maybe
wide the gates.
quite gently, 'cause
Fling
you.
wide the gates.
No, but don't sing that.
Why?
Because no one knows what it is.
Yes,
apart
they
from
do.
Christine.
I bet people know. I bet people know. Well, what did I just sing an excerpt from? People in the chat.
Common praise
Bet you know.
558 is what I need to go for. Who is this for? So this is Liz has asked for praise to the Lord the Almighty. I don't know why it's not on there. Praise to, is it that one?
Oh, I have a quick shout out actually. You just played Gritting Power, and that is one of
Just there.
Andrew Morrison's favourite hymns. Andrew Morrison, I don't know if you're watching tonight or whether you'll listen while you're working in the week, but we really are grateful for everything you have done for us and continue to do for us. So thank you very much, Andrew.
just seen here. So this is so we're going to have praise to the Lord the Almighty, the King of creation, to his tune Lo Den Heaven.
Virtual choir.
Now, those of you, give me a thumbs up if you were in the virtual choir. This is the copy that I sent you. I've just noticed.
Breathe
So we have
somewhere.
unison, harmony, 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 unison. And I gave you where you weren't permitted to breathe. So those under slur marks means do not breathe there. But I wrote here, breathe somewhere. That's the sort of thing I'd write to my choir. Well, don't breathe there, but you can breathe somewhere. Okay, so Liz, thank you very much for this.
Oh, great idea. Will you have a priest come and bless the new music room? I think maybe we need to send a message to Canon Phil Collins, see if he'd be willing.
Could do.
That would be a great idea. Thanks for that idea. We're on it.
have a bit more cold mulled wine, if that's all right.
Oh, marvellous. Right, so I've
Quite
messaged.
nice.
I've messaged our priest friend.
Well, actually, Eileen is in chat, who is, did you say she's a priest? Well, she's certainly ordained.
She is, yeah, she's Reverend Eileen. Of course
There we
she
go,
is.
yeah. Well, we need to get Eileen over because Eileen's been very generous to help us get there. So let's see. We need to have a date though. We don't know when. We don't know when it's actually going to be finally open. The builders are a little bit. Well, you know what builders are like. We don't know when it's going to be open, so I can't announce it properly because we don't have a date yet.
You're right,
Anyway.
Mark. We do need another virtual choir. I think we should. Now Richard's got his shiny new computer that's a bit speedier than the old one. I think we should do another virtual choir to celebrate being in the new music room. And I think we have to do Blindvern because that was our World Cup winner. Because next year, 4 years, will be 2027, will be the next World Cup. So Blindvern is the winner for this 4-year cycle. But if we're following the Football World Cup, we'll have to have another World Cup next year. So we need to celebrate Blindvern's final year at the top and the new music room by doing another virtual choir.
Let's see if we have time to do that.
I think you need to make time.
Let's crack on because we've got hymns to get through here. So I'm going to make some progress now. So this is the Dutch national anthem, because on May the 4th we remember those who fight for our freedom in World War II, and on May the 5th we celebrate our freedom. Well, that's good to know. So here we go. This is the Dutch national anthem. That was requested by Christian Papermans, I think. So thank you very much, Christian. Hope that was okay for you. Let's push on to It Is Well With My Soul. It is well with my soul, when peace like a river attaineth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll. This one is requested, it has been requested by Baden Woodford. We're now going to go into a hymn which was definitely the most requested hymn, certainly in the early days. It's Einfeste Berg, a mighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never failing. I'm going to play just a couple of verses of these hymns because we've got a lot to get through tonight. And it is 10:15 here, and do you know what? I've not had any tea yet, so I wouldn't mind going to have something to eat at some point. So let's push on through these wonderful, wonderful hymns. Yeah, that was requested almost every week in the early days. Okay, so a couple of now requests from Eleanor Hart, who's been very generous over the years. We're going to have Great is Thy Faithfulness and an organ piece. Well, I know this is certainly one of Eleanor's favourite pieces. Great is Thy Doodah. Come on. Why are you not finding it? Great is Thy Faithfulness. There it is. And then we'll go straight into a wonderful piece by Thalben Ball, which is it's called Elegy. 2 verses of this. There we
When
go.
Richard plays certain low notes, and that last note was one of them. That's a tick. Quick, get it.
What do I have to put up with? I've got ticks in here now.
Let me get you a cloth. And so when Richard plays certain low notes, the door between the kitchen and the dining room sort of vibrates and goes buzzes.
Blackguard.
And it just happened at the end of that Thalbum Ball piece. And I wonder if it's going to happen in the new music room. Probably not, because it's newly built and...
It'll be interesting to see, won't it, if it does indeed. The biggest issue ever.
Oh, that's all I could find.
These little things,
Ticks.
you can't squash them.
Oh, they've got a tough cuticle. Oh, Nala, we saved
We
you.
got it off your notes. Don't you worry about that. Eleanor. Oh, what a piece. Yes, you had the Voxymon and the Trem on the final page.
Tremulant.
I think it's a particularly good Voxymoner, actually. Hope that was okay for you. Right, let's keep going. Lift every voice and sing.
Nala, you've been on tonight.
Has been requested by Glenn in the ELW 841. And Glenn says, each week you give us the opportunity to lift our voices and sing. Well, I should hope so. That's what I'm here for at the end of the day. So if you can sing, or you can hum along, or you can tap your foot along, or do whatever you need to do. Let's have a couple of verses of this.
Nala likes to tap her tail in time with the music.
Let's see. Kathleen can remember the look on my face when someone first requested this. I don't remember the look on my face, and I wouldn't want to look back because my face is as a palette of expressions on virtual church, let me tell you. And my expressions don't always necessarily mean what you might think they mean. So I have a very strange face. Right.
So I have a fact to tell you about Nala, who's still here, by the way. We don't know her exact birthday because she was a stray,
Factoid.
but she was born in the month of May. So it could be Nala's birthday today.
Isn't there a jolly song about being born in the jolly month of May?
Now is the month of Maying, a madrigal.
I knew you'd
But
know that.
Nala was born in the month of May because she was a kitten when we had her, so we could tell quite accurately how old she was because not all of her permanent teeth had come through. So we could estimate her age quite accurately
Only you would know that, though.
as being born in May. So she's got a birthday sometime, maybe today, maybe yesterday, maybe next week. But happy birthday, Nala. She's
Happy
11,
birthday, Nala.
11 this year.
Right.
11 years old. So when she was doing the antics with the, what's it called? For All the Saints, she was a much younger cat, weren't you, Nala? She was only 6 or 5. 5.
Well, let's just quickly play Daniel's request. It is, life is like a mountain railroad with an engineer that's brave. We must make the run successful from the cradle to the grave. Watch the curves, the fills, the tunnels, never falter, never quail. Keep your hand on the throttle and your eye upon the rail. It's called Life's Railway to Heaven. That's like a stairway to heaven or something. Yes, Daniel, that was a good memory of the Flying Scotsman that came flying past whilst I was doing a virtual church. Yeah, that was actually brilliant because I was actually talking whilst it came past and the microphone was open. Can someone find a link to that one? I'd actually like to see if I can find that. Give you a challenge. It was I'm not sure when it was, but I think it was in the olden days of the old organ. So maybe search for Flying Scotsman or something. See if someone can find it. Pieces flowing like a river. This is for Noel Paul. Thanks, Noel. Cool. Thank you very much, Noel. The next one, the words feel appropriate for the move to the music room. Come, come, ye saints. This one's been sent in by Ollie. Come, come, ye saints, no toil nor labour fear, but with joy wend your way. Though hard to you life's journey may appear, grace shall be as your day. And so on. A couple of verses with this. This is apparently a traditional English melody, and it's called All Is Well.
Lots of people in the chat tonight have significant birthdays or wedding anniversaries in May, not just Nala and Charlotte. There are lots of people for whom May is a significant month.
Now is the month of May. By the way, I just somebody was chatting earlier about, I forget what it was about, that I was playing, and I looked up at the chat and it reminded me. I think the best, if you want to support BIS on a sort of a longer term basis, the best way to do it is via Patreon or the channel memberships. And that just, you can just put, £4 or £5 into Beauty and Sound per month. Subscribing to BIS is, of course, entirely free. You can click the subscribe button, and I know you all have already, right? But that is entirely free. But you can, if you want to invest in BIS, if you like what I do, if you support the cause, you can actually support Beauty and Sound by joining the Patreon gang, if you like, the mafia over on Patreon. Or, of course, you can click the join channel memberships. There's no pressure. I'm not going to force you at all to do that, because everything I give you is for free. As it always has been and it always will be. But if you want to sort of give me a virtual honesty ticket, those are the options. Okay, let's have a go with this one. Nice one. Thank you very much for sending that one through. Marty M, I think, just knows me too well. He knows how to get to my heart, Marty, because he's requested one of my favourite tunes. It is The Churches at One Foundation. I don't know whether it's on the iPad, actually. It might not be on the iPad, so I might have to fire up a hymn book. I thought it was on the iPad. The search function isn't working especially well at the minute. It is on the iPad, but it's just, there it is. Let's see. maybe add some spice to the final verse. We'll give you 3 verses of this because it is one of my favorites. Cool. Right, we've got a couple of organ voluntaries now coming your way. So, bit of Bach. And yeah, I think we should probably end with a bit of a banger. All right, so I'm going to play... First one came in from Mark, who's asked for the Fantasia in G minor, which I can probably just about get away with. And then we're going to have the Ave Maria, the Bach Gounod arrangement. And then another piece by Bach by Michel. And then after that, we're going to have the final piece. Now, we should all think very carefully about what the very final piece should be. Something big, something appropriate, something exciting. What could we play? The very final thing in here. The close of a chapter before we open the new chapter over there. Have a think about that. And you've got 3 organ pieces to go before we get to there. So have a think. And my producer in chief tonight is Michelle. So she will keep an eye out and let me know, basically. Okay, let's have a go with the J.S. Bach Fantasia in G minor for Mark Cardenas. great piece there by J.S. Bach. One of the most harmonically incredible, I think, out of his entire organ repertoire. As we work through these final pieces, I do have actually, these slipped my mind. We do have just a couple more favourite sort of memories. So we have, as my producers, I'll give you the memories now. So Michelle has very kindly sent me an audio recording. So Michelle, I'm going to hand over to you whilst I fire up the next organ piece, which will be the Gounod arrangement of the Ave Maria by Bach.
Hi friends, Michelle here. I've only been with y'all for the last 2 years, but God bless the YouTube algorithm that suggested VC to me then. It came at a time when I was leading nearly everything else in my life. VC became the place where I can take off that hat, to enjoy and be encouraged by music that means a lot to me, played very well. I can smile and wave at people, put ridiculous amounts of emojis in the chat, make jokes and casually be just me for a few hours. I love VC for many reasons, but I think my favorite moment has to be when you shared the organ and choral concert you gave at Romsey. Wonderful. I still come back to this when I want to not just listen to music, but absorb it. I know that sounds weird, but some of you will get that, I hope. So, thank you. Thank you for creating this space where people can come as they are. Thank you for celebrating and bringing us sacred music every single week. And thank you for not doing things by halves. That tenacity is why we're celebrating the upcoming completion of the music room. Congratulations, Richard.
That was the Aguna arrangement of the the Ave Maria. Well, he called it the Ave Maria, but it's obviously the
Nala, can I get that tick off you again? Oh, Nala, come back.
what are you doing?
She's got another tick. It's just about to. Got it.
And so on. The first from the well-tempered clavier, of course. Okay, so we have another recorded memory. This time it's from James. So James was here a few weeks ago when we did the marathon. Always very well dressed, and a very great supporter of BIS. So over to you, James. And I'm going to play a beautiful chorale prelude from the what I call Alain Got Indo Hur Sei Air. It's quite tricky, so I don't know whether I can play that or not, to be honest, but we'll see. And then after that, I need you to tell me what to play. I need a big organ piece at the end. I'm thinking like a Vienne, Carol de Westminster, or something like that, I think.
My favourite BIS moment was in April 2023 when you broadcast a count up to 100,000 subscribers. I had been with the channel from quite early on, and we all felt we had been on a bit of a journey with you as you went from helping us all get through COVID restrictions to seeing the channel grow and grow in popularity as the word spread via social media algorithms. So this particular moment for me felt like a hard-earned and very well-deserved thank you for bringing our community together. And we're right behind you now as you move the channel into an exciting new chapter.
It's tricky, that one. But that was for Michelle. So thank you very much, Michelle, for requesting that. I've played that for a while.
You played that in one of your very first live recitals, actually, in 2020.
I did, didn't I?
And you played it on Rotterdam, and it's got a really loud solo stop, much louder than this organ. It was really loud, do you remember? You must remember.
I don't remember that particular.
Is it clarinet? Is it clarinet or is it?
There is a clarinet down.
But it was really, it's compared to this organ, the solo stop was.
I mean, that works nicely. That's clarinet, I think. All right, so I think actually there's a request up there. It's not actually an organ piece, but do you know what? It's actually another hymn, but I think it is a really good way to end the VC. It is Jerusalem. So whoever requested that, I think that was a really good idea.
And was
And
Jerusalem builded here?
Yeah.
Something's been built here. Is it Jerusalem?
Well, it's not a green and pleasant land, doesn't mean it's a lot of mud at the minute.
It's
but
a pink plastered land.
Yeah. So whoever suggested this was great idea. The final hymn, I suppose, to be played in the BIS Music Room. What better hymn is there to play by an Englishman in England on an English organ? Jerusalem, and did those feet in ancient time. Shall we all sing this? Oh, hello. Sent someone to sleep. Hello, you. You're not meant to go to sleep. Meant to be celebrating. Well, guys and girls, that draws a close to virtual church tonight. for one final time in the BIS dining room. Next time I see you live, I jolly well hope that we are in the music room. The music room that we have so successfully and spectacularly crowdfunded. £51,160, 102% funded. That's fantastic. That will really, really help. Thank you so much. So this just leaves me a couple of things to say. Just a huge thank you to Michelle tonight for doing a sterling job of monitoring the chat and keeping everything under control. Thank you to Josh and to James over the previous weeks and months as well for helping me produce. And I guess thank you to everyone else who's been part of this journey. We've had a really wonderful community tonight. So we've had nearly 2,500 people tuning in this evening. So that's a really wonderful thing. So thank you for just supporting us, I guess. And I just hope that the next chapter doesn't let you down. I'm pretty sure it won't.
No, I've seen something in the garden.
Is it the crow? There's another cat. Anything you'd like to say before we...
Thank you all very much for your support. As I said in the chat earlier, somebody, I think it was Flawless Bus, said, thank you, Caroline, for lending us Richard on Sundays. And I said,
Yes.
Thank you all for letting Richard make a living doing the job that he loves.
Absolutely.
So
That's true.
It's a great privilege to bring these broadcasts to you.
We're
We're very fortunate.
We are.
We are. You have been watching Richard McVeigh,
And
aka BIS organist.
you'll see a new improved Richard
You have been
McVeigh.
watching me, aka
What are you doing?
Vox Humana.
Oh, I
And
see.
you also have been watching Nala, but she's disappeared.
Right, I think we're going to give you a live rendition of the Rosie Medra tonight. Got a slight issue with copyright with the recording that I use, which is very, very annoying. So I'll give you a live rendition of the famous outro, BIS outro, this evening. So good night, everyone. You take care, and as always, you stay safe. All right. What is it with you and that black tape? All right. Cheerio.
Cheerio.